Just ain't the same, y'all. So I'm looking forward to restaurants and bars opening back up. But I feel like as soon as we can get the boot off our throat, so to speak, I feel like the place is going to explode. And I feel like that's the way it should be. I mean, if you're high risk, certainly I'm not low risk, but if you're high risk, it's incumbent upon you to take care of your health. Stay home. Have stuff brought to you. Wear your mask when you're out. Avoid crowds. But, you know, come on guys, a 25-year-old construction worker should be able to make the decision himself if he wants to go sit down and have a cheeseburger and a beverage of some sort. And it is beyond me, oh yeah, the other one that caught my attention was they're going to open up parks and trails, but not playgrounds. Okay, the playgrounds I get, but if they're going to open up parks and trails, it's just beyond me how that's safer. And I guess this really gets down to what I'm griping about, but it's beyond me how that's safer than I am currently right now on this motorcycle. I mean, I'm in a helmet. I'm social distancing from people around me out of self-preservation. Oh, great, road work. It's a national flag or a state flag of North Carolina right there. And I've tried to obey the spirit of the law, which is really an ordinance. But it was beyond me how I could be doing any public health damage by being out here riding. And again, if I was riding to an event, you know, a rally or something like that full of people, okay, I get it. But are you telling me a jogger out at a state park is less risk than I am right now on this bike? So much of what I've seen, there's a story about a hairstylist opened up her salon too early. They got mad at her, put her in jail. But what struck me, and a lot of people, was she was in a little strip type mall, and right beside her was a dog groomer that was deemed an essential business. I mean, oh my God, who is thinking this shit up? And I mean, I'm not claiming to be an expert. Everywhere I go, there are experts. But I mean, what's the story? Have they figured out that dogs that don't get their hair cut are somehow more prone to depression than people? And especially with politics involved, I forever smell a rat. You know, which politician's mom owned a string of dog grooming businesses? But literally, a hair salon, and right next to it a dog groomer. Hair salon, non-essential, got arrested for opening up, but the dog groomer stayed essential the whole time. It's beyond me. Look at this. Welcome to Nightdale. I'll let you in, bud. Nobody's going anywhere for the next 3 days anyway. That's the other thing. Just being out here on the road. For the whole country to be shut down like they say, I haven't seen, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've noticed a reduction in traffic. I drive all day, every day. That's what I do. And I certainly have noticed, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, I've noticed the lack of school buses. But I haven't, it just seems like everybody's essential. I haven't seen a huge reduction in traffic since this whole thing started. So I know tons of people, of the motorcycle folks, have gotten out and ridden, and to be honest, I haven't heard of a single person like being pulled over and questioned, where are you going? And I've noticed tons of bikes out. I said, this whole thing is historic, and so just again, obeying the spirit of the law, I said, well, it can't last that long. I'll just stay off my bike until then. I definitely can smell food. I'm eventually going to stop, but no one said you couldn't take the long way around. Monte Carlo. I had one of those. The deer decided he wanted it more. Tore the whole front clip off the thing. Wow, I just read an article about Wendy's and running out of beef. I guess I could learn to love the Impossible Burger. Sounds impossible. Any port in a storm. Second day of living in nightmare. I got a speeding ticket right there. But I wasn't speeding through here. Well, I was, but I had been speeding up 64 and peeled off a 64, and somebody had called ahead. And I peeled off 64 and the guy was waiting for me. And he clipped me. It took me till there to stop. And then, I guess about 2 nights later, I got another speeding ticket on my car this time. At about 3 in the morning, coming through here, or really on up the road a bit.